welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Miss May, also known as One Fab Teacher. Y'all, this video today is all about classroom management. If you know, you know how I feel about classroom management, building relationships with students. It's my jam, it's my thing, it's what I love. So I know we're into, right now technically this is my spring break, but who knows when someone will be watching this video. It may be at the beginning of the school year, the end of the school year, the middle of the school year, who knows. So this video just benefits any time of the year. This video is all about positive classroom management tips. I'm going to give you some tips about how to promote positive classroom management situations for your classroom. It may be your classroom now, it may be your future classroom, or you just might be here just because you enjoyed listening to Miss May. I don't know, but here we go. So I have my notes here, and these are not in any particular order. It's just some ideas for you. So you might want to stop the video right here, get yourself some notepads, a pen, something to drink, get your little water, lemonade, or whatever you prefer to drink, a little coffee, and maybe take some notes, because I think these are going to help so many people out there. So anyway, let's get right into it. What I want to talk about is building, promoting, establishing rules, clear rules and expectations in your classroom. You want your rules, you want your routines and all your procedures and all that good jazz to be established, and you want it to be clear. Your students need to know the behaviors that are expected of them and how they can reach those behaviors. They have to be clear. They can't just be, you know, well, I think this is what I want y'all to do, or I think this is what I want them. No, you need to have clear cut, set expectations for your rules and those procedures that you're going to teach or that you already have taught. You know, some of us, you know, sometimes we kind of let things slide and go down because we get tired. We can't do that, y'all. We can't do that. We have to have those set clear rules and expectations. And then your students need to know if they don't follow those rules, or if they break those rules, they need to know what is the consequence if I break that rule. So you need to have some consequences in place along with your rules and expectations. They need to be clear and concise. The kids need to know that. You can't expect your kids to know what you want out of them or what you expect out of them. It's just like with parents, like, you know, what rides at one home, like you have children and your children may go to a friend's house, and what might ride at a friend's house may not ride at your house. But kids need to know what does ride at your house. Like, what can we do? What can we not do? What's expected of us? So you have to teach that to your students, and they have to understand what those expectations are and what is the consequence if they don't meet those expectations, if they break those rules. Okay, using positive reinforcements or rewards for the behaviors that you see. Now, I've been teaching for many years, and I'm very proud of that and very thankful for that, but I've had some obstacles too learning along the way. And so one thing I thought was the thing to do was have a treasure box. Okay, if you do a treasure box, more power to you, do you. However, they didn't work for me. I did not like them, and the reason being is because I had this treasure box. I thought, ooh, I'm gonna have all this cute stuff in here, ooh, and I buy stuff and put it in there, and like the kids would choose from the treasure box, and it's like they like it for 5 minutes, maybe 10, and then that was it. And so that was starting to kind of, I'm spending my coins, okay, my hard-earned coin on this, and you know, you get a thank you, but it's not like, ooh. So then I started realizing that the stuff was starting to dwindle, okay? That stuff wasn't cheap, stuff was dwindling, and I was like, okay, this is not it. So then I started asking parents for, you know, donations. Would you please volunteer and bring, you know, treasure box stuff? Y'all, this is when I knew treasure box wasn't for me. I had a parent have a big brown paper sack, like from the grocery store, full of junk. And majority of that junk, y'all, was the toys that the kids get from their Happy Meals. Oh, bless it. Y'all, it was just, and I was like, really? What, really? So the treasure box was bringing more anxiety and anger to me versus happy go lucky. So I did away with the treasure box for that reason, one. And reason two was because I felt like, oh, you do good, you're doing good on your behavior, so here's a treat, you know, like they're a freaking dog, you know what I mean? So I didn't like it. So I let go of the treasure box after my second year of teaching. And so I just started feeling like for me as a teacher, I really love building my students' confidence. I really enjoy making them feel successful and amazing. So we do 1 second parties. And if you're not familiar with 1 second parties, I have shared this many times. A 1 second party is a quick little party. And like I always introduce this to my students before we start giving 1 second parties, because if I say, okay, we're gonna give a 1 second party, they looking at me like, girl, what is wrong with you? We don't know what a 1 second party is. So you have to teach the 1 second party to your students. So I teach it to them first before I introduce it. And we start doing it. So I teach it. And so I teach my kids that Miss May is always going to call off when I say 1, 2, 3. They're going to say, with arm movements, they're going to say, oh yeah. So I'll be like, all right, let's give a 1 second party on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. And that's how we give 1 second parties. I give 1 second parties all the time. And do you know how much that builds a child's confidence? I'll call a kid out. Oh my gosh, Reggie. I gotta give you a 1 second party. Y'all, we have to give Reggie a 1 second party. This is why we're giving Reggie a 1 second party. And I explain what I noticed. It could be just cleaning up. You know, all day today, I've noticed Reggie's desk has been spotless. Every time I go and walk past Reggie's desk, his stuff is so neat and organized and tidy. Let's give him a 1 second party. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. Y'all, do you know how a child will remember that versus remembering me by, oh, I remember going to Miss May's treasure box. I remember that. Maybe kids will, I don't know. But I just feel like that impression of us cheering for them, that's going to last. That's going to be something they will remember. And the beaming of their face, the smile that they have inside is amazing. So that's one way I encourage positive behavior, positive, you know, even when kids, like, they rock certain situations and certain academic things, 1 second parties. So that's one way I promote and encourage, you know, rewards for my students. Another thing I do is the super improver wall. I'm that teacher who cannot stand, let me repeat, cannot stand that behavior clip chart situation. If you do that in your classroom, please take it away. Please, please, please. If your principal does it and makes y'all do it, please have your principal email me, because I would love to explain to them how that clip chart situation is not a good situation. You have kids and all their names or their numbers are all on this chart, and they start in the middle. Okay, and then, oh, if they don't do the right thing, they got to move that clip down. Oh, then they got to move it down again. I cannot stand, and that's a whole different soapbox. But if you want to hear about that, I've done a video on that too. But please get rid of it, and instead get you a super improver wall. They're free on my store. They are free $99. And when I tell you it promotes positivity for your students, I have never seen kids be so excited to get a golden star and put it on their card. Y'all, the super improver wall, it's my jam. Oh my gosh, it's my jam. The kids have levels. There's a total of 10 levels. Everybody starts at the bottom at the beginning. And it's up to the kids to decide if they want to get themselves moving up. They're having ownership for their behaviors, okay? And they have a chance to move up that wall. And when they get to the top, they know something extraordinary happens. And I can't tell you, because I know some of my kids watch my videos, so I can't tell you what that excitement is. But I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to want to be at the top. They want to be at the top by May, okay? All right, so anyway, so I use the 1 second parties, I use the super improver wall, and I just use a good old little slip where I just write them a quick little positive note and just bring a little sunshine to their little hearts. That's what I do. I don't pay for anything. The only thing I pay for is the golden stars, and those have lasted me for at least 2 years because you get so many of them. I don't have to buy nothing. I don't stress about it. Like, it makes me feel good, making them feel good. So it's a win-win. You know what I'm saying? So have some type of a positive reinforcement that you can give your students, y'all. And those 3 right there, free. So the next one, let's see, what can we do here? Okay, this one is crucial, y'all. As teachers, we have to maintain a positive attitude and have some positive enthusiasm in our classrooms. Kids feed off of us. We give a vibe. If we give that attitude vibe, you know, kids, they'll get an attitude back. They'll shut down. They won't give you much. Kids feed off of our vibe. Now me, my kids feed off of me because honestly and truthfully, y'all know me. Y'all been watching me for many years. I'm a very positive, upbeat person. That's just my personality, period. But I like my classroom environment to feel that way too. Like, the kids vibe off of me. So if I'm coming in with an attitude and I'm acting unhappy and angry, they're feeding off of that. But if I'm coming off in there too, happy, greeting them at the door every morning, hey, glad to see you, what's up? They feed off of that, and it promotes this environment, this positive environment when I have my enthusiasm, where I'm very positive in the classroom. Now, don't get me wrong, you're gonna have to you know, my students, they know when Miss May means business, and when you know, they just know me. And it's, you know, people often think about, don't smile until Christmas. Y'all, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, okay? Please smile at your children. They need to see. You might be the only smile they get that day. You know why? Because some of these kids come from some hard, tough living situations. So that whole don't smile till Christmas, don't listen to that. Especially if you're a brand new teacher or going into teaching, don't listen to it. Please don't listen to that. Smile at your kids. Let your kids know that you are glad that they are here. Your vibe is so important in that classroom, because when your vibe is good and you're positive and you have, you know, your little flow going, I'm telling you, the kids, they feed off of it, y'all. They feed off of it. So please smile at your kids, okay? Please smile at them. It just creates this conducive learning environment that is just very happy. Like, people always come in, I have to come in your room, Miss May, because I need some of this happy. And what it is like, it's the vibe. Like, it's like when you go to somebody's house, you can feel the vibe. You can tell if the vibe is good or if the vibe is, I'm not going to be here long. Or, oh my gosh, let me take my shoes off. It's a vibe. It's a vibe, okay? Next, humor. Okay, to have these positive, you know, to create these positive classroom management areas in our rooms, these situations, you gotta have a little humor. I'm not saying you have to be somebody's comedian of the classroom all day long. Like, you know, that will become exhausting. But have a little humor. Like, I make mistakes in the classroom, and I let my kids know when I make a mistake, because I don't want them to think that I'm perfect, or they think I'm perfect, or they need to be perfect, because that's not real life. So I'll make a mistake, and so, like, every so often I'll say, oh my gosh, y'all, Miss May had a brain fart. Y'all, I never knew a word like fart would make kids just laugh, and just, it's hilarious. But you know what? It makes them laugh. It puts a smile on their face. So that makes me happy. Okay? So I'll say that, y'all. Now that, and sometimes I'll say, oh my gosh, that was a big brain fart, y'all. If it was like a big mistake or something, I bring humor. You know, there's just ways I bring humor. Sometimes when I'm teaching them, I'll say, okay, I'm going to talk like my high school voice. So like, okay, so like today we're gonna learn about adding on the number line, and like, it's like totally like fun. So I'll talk like that. Or sometimes I'll say, okay, I'm talking in my baby voice, and I'm gonna say my sight words. A, B, C, okay, y'all know okay, that was a brain fart, okay? Because I said I'm going to say my sight words, and I'm saying the alphabet. I think because when I start off with the word A, but you guys know what I mean. Like, if sight word is B, cat, like, you know, apple. Y'all, okay, y'all get what I mean. But I bring humor into it. I bring some laughter, because the classroom and learning, and nowadays what kids have to know, it can be so stressful and so tense. And I just want it to be as carefree and light for them as possible while they are learning. So bring some of your humor to it. Like, I know we all got a little something in us. Bring that humor into it, okay? And it just makes for a more just enjoyable environment. Not so, like military, like they're kids, man. You're an adult longer than you are a kid, and like, why not make it enjoyable for them? Like, y'all, this is important. Be consistent. So in your procedures, your routines, your rules, how you do things, make sure you are truly consistent. If you are not consistent, the kids are going to look at you as a joke. You have to be consistent in your rules, your routines. You just have to be consistent. So like, if a child is misbehaving and they're breaking a rule and you're not being consistent and giving a natural consequence or a think sheet, when children are doing these certain things, you're only doing it every so often, or for this kid but not this kid, you can forget it. You can forget. Ooh, that note, hold on. You can forget it. No, but you can forget it, okay? Be consistent. I know it, because sometimes, like right now, it's spring break and you're just thinking, oh, there's only so many more Mondays left, and you start letting stuff slide. Don't you do it. Stay consistent. Be firm. Be consistent. That is key, because if you're not consistent, that's when the chaos happens. Yeah, please be consistent, and don't play the favoritism where this kid gets a think sheet or a natural consequence, but this kid doesn't get it for the same offense. Is you crazy? Don't do it. Lastly, friends, and I'm gonna let you go, build those relationships. I have videos on this too. I can't stress enough to you the importance of building relationships with your students. It is so crucial. It is so key. Building relationships with your students, like ways that I do that. One, I'm standing out there greeting them every morning, letting them know that I'm glad that they're here. Sometimes a kid will stop and want to tell me something, and we talk about it really quick. That's how I'm building my relationship with them. Another way I build my relationship with them is I attend their functions. Like, I have kids that invite me to soccer games, volleyball games, baseball, football, gymnastics, all these different things, and I try my best to make it if I can. I never, I just always tell a parent, send me a schedule, because in that way I can choose when I can go, if I can go, and then I go. Another way to build a relationship with my students is I have lunch with them. So every week I'm eating with somebody. Some weeks it's 2 days out of my lunch, 2 days out of the week. I'm using my lunch to do that, and then other weeks it's just 1 day. It just kind of depends on my vibe and my mood, but I always make sure that I'm eating with the student every week. That's how you build relationships. And I let them, if they want to bring a friend in to eat with us, they're more than welcome to do that too. So that's another way. I'm not saying give up all your lunches, my friends, because I did a video, y'all, years back about eating with your kids, and somebody was so just nasty, like, I'm not giving up my lunch for no. Well, okay. When I give this to you guys, these are always just suggestions. I'm not telling you to go and eat with your kids every day, once a week, twice a week. I'm not telling you to do that and that you have to do that. I'm giving you a suggestion on what I do to build the relationships with my students. You learn so much about a kid when you sit down and have that quality time with them, having lunch with them. Y'all, it's amazing. Even like when I pull a small group, I might start a little, conversation really quick about something. Just talk. What's a minute or two gonna hurt? I think sometimes we just get so caught up in these academics, which are important. They're important. But I'm telling you, those relationships are just as important, if not more. And in my eye, more important. Okay, y'all, I can ramble on and on and on and on and on, but I hope this video finds you well. I hope you were able to take some of my tips and you're able to transform them into your classrooms. And as always, guys, I appreciate your love and support. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the video, even share it. If you need if somebody needs this type of video, just hit that share button, share it to them, y'all. I just want to help as many people as I can. And as always, I appreciate your love and your support. When you like, when you comment, when you share, when you subscribe, you are helping my channel. You're helping me to put more growth into this and into my teaching career. So as always, don't forget to always pray, because God will always make a way. I love you guys. Bye.